Well, it's time now for the Muletrain News program on this Thursday, October the 28th, 2021. Brought to you today by Leal's Mexican Restaurant. Funeral service for J.C. Ringland Gatewood, 83 of Muleshoe, is set for 2 o'clock Friday afternoon, October the 29th at the Centerpoint Church here in Muleshoe, with Jamie Johnson officiating. Burial will follow in the Muleshoe Memorial Park. J.C. died on Tuesday, October the 26th here in Muleshoe. He was born September the 15th, 1938, in Muleshoe to Larlis and Beulah Talent Gatewood. He married Zona Millen in Muleshoe on June the 11th, 1961. J.C. served in the U.S. Army. He enjoyed farming, fishing, and watching TV, especially Fox News. J.C. loved talking politics. Pawpaw loved and took great delight in all of his grandchildren. He is preceded in death by his parents, two sisters, Lorraine Surratt and Wanda Stanfield, one brother, Boyce Gatewood. J.C. is survived by his wife, Zona, his two sons, Kim Gatewood of Clovis, and Christopher Gatewood and his wife, Padra of Tyler. His daughter, Zonelle Baker, and her husband, Rodney of Muleshoe, also survive him. His sister, Linda Magnan, and her husband, Mark of Belton. Two brothers, Cappy J. Gatewood of Leveland and Ingle Gatewood of Hamilton. 5 grandchildren, Kinley King and her husband, Nathan, Caleb Baker, Judd Baker, Landry Gatewood, and Reese Gatewood, and one great-grandson, Baker King, all survive J.C. The family suggests memorials be sent to the St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital, 262 Danny Thomas Place, Memphis, Tennessee, 38105, or Shriners Hospital for Children, 2900 Rocky Point Drive, Tampa, Florida, 33607. Online condolences can be made at ellisfuneralhomes.com. And repeating, funeral service for J.C. Gatewood, 83 of Muleshoe, is set for 2 o'clock Friday afternoon, October the 29th at the Centerpoint Church here in Muleshoe, with Jamie Johnson officiating. Burial will follow in the Muleshoe Memorial Park. Please keep the family of J.C. Gatewood on your prayer list today. Funeral service for Robert Fuentes, 59 of Earth, was held earlier in the week on Monday, October the 25th at St. Mary Magdalene Catholic Church in Earth, with Father Leo officiating. Burial was in the Earth Memorial Cemetery. Robert died on Wednesday, October the 20th in Earth. He was born July the 1st, 1962 in Muleshoe to Jose and Julia B. Bustamante Fuentes, Jr. He married Sylvia Garza in Earth on January the 23rd, 1981. Robert enjoyed fishing and woodworking. He was also an avid fan of the Dallas Cowboys. He loved his family, especially his grandkids. He was a member of the St. Mary Magdalene Catholic Church in Earth. He is preceded in death by his parents, a son, Matthew Robert Fuentes, two brothers, Ricardo Fuentes and Joe Lucas Fuentes III. Robert is survived by his wife, Sylvia, two daughters, Valerie Sharp and her husband, TJ of Shallowater, Laura Cavazos and her husband, Robert of Fort Worth, 4 sisters, Delia Martinez of Earth, Stella De Leon of Earth, Lydia Gonzalez of McAllen, Jamie Fuentes of Earth, 2 brothers, Lupe Fuentes of Earth, Ramon Fuentes of Dimmitt, and 5 grandchildren, Kason Sharp, Mia Sharp, Matthew Sharp, Dylan Cavazos, and Raleigh Cavazos all survive Robert. Online condolences can be made at ellisfuneralhomes.com. And, of course, Robert worked at Frying Cox here in Muleshoe and was a great guy. And if he ever helped you out, he was so helpful and understanding of anything you could need there at Frying Cox. And repeating, funeral service was held earlier in the week on Monday for Robert Fuentes, 59 of Earth, at the St. Mary Magdalene Catholic Church. Please keep the Fuentes family on your prayer list today. Candle Lori Obenhouse Long, 46 of Lubbock, died on Sunday, October the 17th in Lubbock. She was born March the 20th, 1975 in Littlefield to Terry Obenhouse and Betty Baker Pointer Metter. Funeral services were held earlier in the week on Tuesday morning, October the 26th at the 60th and D Church of Christ here in Muleshoe, with Jack Stone officiating. Burial followed in the Sudan Cemetery. Serving as pallbearers were Aaron Pope, Nicholas Long, Logan Long, Kevin Pope, Jacob Obenhouse, Weston Obenhouse, Levi Obenhouse, and Jason Obenhouse serving as honorary pallbearers. Candle graduated from Muleshoe High School and then attended Clovis Community College and majored in nursing. She earned her RN degree with 4 children at home, all under the age of 8. She was all about family and fun. Nothing was more important to her than her children. She loved being a mom. She loved her kids to the moon and back. Candle also liked getting together with family and enjoyed playing games and making others laugh. Kendall survived by her 3 sons, Aaron Pope, Logan Long, and Nicholas Long, a daughter, Madeline Long, all of Lubbock. Her mother, Betty Pointer, met her of Muleshoe, her father, Terry Obenhouse, also of Muleshoe. 2 grandchildren, Jackson and Hadley, 2 brothers, Levi Obenhouse and Jason Obenhouse. Grandparents, Virgil and Lorene Obenhouse, Ruth and Dexter Baker, and other extended family members and friends. She was preceded in death by a daughter, Ashton Pope, and 2 brothers, Justin Obenhouse and Scott McBee. Please keep the family of Candle Lori Obenhouse Long in your prayer list today. 46 of Lubbock. She died on Sunday, October the 17th. Funeral services were held earlier this week on Tuesday at the 16th ND Church of Christ. We'll be back with lots more Muletrain news in just a few moments on this Beat Dalhart edition, brought to you today by Leal's Mexican Restaurant.
I am Isla Reynolds, and I know enough about quality, authentic Mexican food to know it gets no better than Leal's Mexican Restaurant at 1010 West American Boulevard in Muleshoe, Texas. The yummy chips and salsa enchiladas made with love and finest of ingredients. Dine in now or carry out by calling 806-272-3294. The original in business since 1957, Leal's Mexican Restaurant in Muleshoe, Texas.
Frying Cox, 401 South 1st Street in Muleshoe, Texas, where they have wedding shower selections now for Shelby Harrison and Jacob Matt Crittenden. Wedding showers November the 6th. All new shipment of puzzles available now at Frying Cox, including the Images of Texas, the Pumpkin Patch Farm, Harvest Truck puzzles, along with many Christmas-themed designs as well. The special of the month is the 10-year smoke alarm, marked down to $16.97 while supplies last. And the manager's special for this month is a 20-volt max cordless leaf blower by Black & Decker, marked down to $99.97. Get in now for the best selection of winter work jackets and bib overalls by Byrne for the whole family. Also battery-powered heated jackets and hoodies by Milwaukee. Hand, toe, foot, and mega warmers, along with antifreeze for your vehicles, along with RV and marine antifreeze and windshield de-icer spray available now at Frying Cox. Get in now while the selection is best. Frying Cox, 401 South 1st Street, Muleshoe, Texas. Get ready for the colder weather right around the corner. They're open Monday through Saturdays, 8 a.m. till 6 p.m. Well, big weekend of football for the Mules, as it will kick off tonight with the JV and junior high games today on Thursday, October the 28th. At Benny Douglas Stadium here in Muleshoe, the junior high will be in action versus Dalhart. The combined B teams will kick off at 4 p.m., then the 7th grade A at 5 p.m., and the 8th grade A team at 6:15 p.m. this evening here at Benny Douglas Stadium, David Wood Field here in Muleshoe versus Dalhart. And by the way, that 7th grade A team, they beat River Road last week at River Road 40-0, and they are on an undefeated team so far, as they have not been beat in the 2021 season. Also, the JV will be in action at 5 p.m. at Dalhart. Last week, they beat River Road in a very close, thrilling game, and they will be in action again at 5 p.m. at Dalhart today on Thursday. Then, of course, the big game, district game versus Dalhart will kick off at 7 p.m. Friday evening here at Benny Douglas Stadium, David Wood Field here in Muleshoe. And these are going to be a couple big games coming up for the Mules as they are still in the running for the playoffs. The 2-3A standings for the district are Bushland. They have clinched the district championship. They're 3-0 and 6-3 overall on the season, but 3-0 in district play, and they have clinched the district championship. Dalhart is 1-1 on the district, 2-6 overall. Muleshoe is 1-1 and 3-5 overall. River Road is 1-2 and 5-4 overall. And Littlefield is 0-2 in the district and 3-5 overall. They take the top 4 teams in the each district for the playoffs. And since there's only 5 teams, there are 3 more spots for the playoffs, and the Mules are definitely still in the running. Again, Dalhart, they're at 1-1 on district action, and the Mules are 1-1 as well. So we'll see what happens Friday night, and hopefully the Mules can pull out a win. Of course, they had just an absolute thriller last week on Friday last week versus at River Road, 42-38. Make sure to go to our website, muleshoetv.com, and watch that. Absolutely just thrilling game as it was back and forth there between the Mules and the River Road Wildcats, and the Mules pulled it out and then went in 42-38. So congratulations to Coach Richards and the 2021 Mules. Go watch that game, muleshoetv.com. The Dalhart team, they have lost to Perryton, Pampa, Spearman, Stratford, and they lost to Freona 56-33, and Bushland 73-9. They beat Borger 31-18, and then in district action they beat Littlefield 41-32. The Mules, of course, had that thrilling win last week, 42-38 over River Road. They also beat Tulia 35-31, and Sundown to start the season at 33-14. The Mules have lost to Lamesa, Freona, Seminole, Snyder, and Bushland on the 2021 season. We will be broadcasting, live streaming, beginning at 6:25 p.m. Friday evening. If you can't make it out in person to cheer on the Mules, so you can watch live at muleshoetv.com, brought to you by Barrett Potato Farms, Burton Service Center, Muleshoe Housing Authority, Muleshoe Area Medical Center, Muleshoe Independent School District, Mohawk Auto Parts, Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association, McDonald's Restaurant, Muleshoe Animal Clinic and Vet Supply, 5 Area Telephone, West Plains Telecommunications, Shipman's Body Shop and Autoplex, WTG Fuels, K&K Pharmacy, Edward Jones, Stephen Dement, Dell Oil Company, Irrigation Pumps and Power, Bailey County Farm Bureau, Scott Miller, and Bammert Seed Company. Again, join us. We'll be broadcasting live at 6:25 p.m. We'll go down to the Benny Douglas Stadium at 6:30 p.m. There is lots going on during the Muleshoe versus Dalhart game, including the senior night, and the senior spotlights will begin at 6:30 before the game. So we'll go to that live at 6:30 there at Benny Douglas Stadium. The pregame meal will be there at the MHS Commons area, and it will be a Thanksgiving meal. DeShazo students will run out of the tunnel with the Muleshoe Mules before the game. The 8th graders will play with the MHS Mighty M Band. This is also the blackout game, so lots going on for this last home game for the Mules, including, like I said, 6:30 p.m. Join us live, muleshoetv.com, if you can't be there for the senior night, as they will spotlight all the seniors in the band and cheerleaders, the football players, cross-country runners, and more on the field at Benny Douglas Stadium. At halftime, you'll want to join us, as, of course, the Mighty M Band will play with the 8th graders in the band, but we'll have a very special presentation. Ron Scotta, MHS graduate in the class of 1963, will give the game ball from the Muleshoe Mules District Championship Team 1962 to the Muleshoe schools, and they will present the ball to the school at halftime during the Muleshoe versus Dalhart game. this coming Friday, October the 29th. Ron can't be here, but he is hoping to get someone else from the team to represent him, possibly Jerry Harrison, who was a teammate on the 1962 Mules District Championship team. Ron's parents were Dick and Mabel Scott, and they ran the Clay's Corner Gin before selling it, moving to Plainview, and then buying it again and moving Ron back to Muleshoe in 1960. He had 5 siblings that were all older than him. One was Paul, who became a mail carrier as an adult and served here in the Muleshoe school as a school board member. The head coach for the Muleshoe Mules District Championship team was Bill Taylor, and the district title in 1962 was the first one for the Mules since 1938. That's a 24-year drought between the two district titles. Assistant coaches were Willie McAlpine, Lewis Powers, Bob Coleman, and Bob Graves. Of course, Bob still lives here in Muleshoe. Team members include Jerry Harrison, Gary Ratliff, Al Reasoner, Dan Smith, Dick Pilot, Barry Lewis, Bill Harbin, Donald Shanks, Scott Oliver, Ronnie Hurd, Ronnie Johnson, Stanley Black, Gerald White, Kenny Heathington, Larry Allison, Clifford Gray, Grady Casey, Ronnie Locke, Darrell Burton, Mike Miller, Don Finn, Jerry Gilbreth, Archie Evans, David Jones, Jimmy Cabrera, Mike Connell, Ronald Scott, Charles King, Robert Pruitt, Bruce Little, Dwight Burkhead, Greg Blackwood, David Henderson, James Warwick, and Bill Coltrane. The first game of the season, they lost to AAA neighbor Littlefield 35-0. Of course, Muleshoe was a AA team in those years. Then in the second game of the season, the Mules lost a close one to a very good Seagraves team, 18-14. They lost in their third game of the season against a very good Tulia team, 21-0. They tied Clovis 14-14. Which Clovis would go on and win the 1962 New Mexico State football title. They finally got in the winning column in the fifth game of the season against, again, a much larger opponent in Hereford, beating them 13-16. The Dumas Demons would go on and win a state 3A title in 1962, and they really whipped up on the Mules 60-6 in their sixth game of the season. With district play starting, the Mules shut out their first 3 District 3 2A opponents, beating the Morton Indians 7-0, Olton Mustangs 13-0, and then Friona Chieftains 42-0, and clinched the district title in a squeaker, beating Dimmitt 7-6, with Jimmy Cabrera kicking the extra point that sealed the big win for the Mules. On November the 28th, 1962, the Mules lost 29-0 in the bi-district round of the playoffs to Denver City. So the 1962 overall record was 5-5-1. District 3 2A record for 1962 was 4-0 in district championship. The Mules named to the 1962 3 2A All-District or All-South Plains teams were Gerald White as a guard, Ronnie Johnson as halfback, Scott Oliver as an end, Jerry Gilbreth halfback, Kenny Heathington quarterback, Mike Miller as a tackle, Larry Allison as an end, Alvin Reasoner as a tackle, and Ronnie Hurd as a guard for the Mules. Of course, the head coach, Bill Taylor, went on to a long career here in the Muleshoe schools, coaching, teaching, and then finally serving as the principal at DeShazo Elementary before he retired. In his retirement years, he helped call play-by-play on many sporting broadcasts here on Gillam Advertising Channel 6. And that boy, Bill Taylor, and his wife were good people. Ron Scott graduated from MHS in 1963 and went on to study and work as a student trainer at LCU before doing the same thing and graduating from Texas Tech, where he worked mainly with the football and track teams. He began his career as a trainer in Richardson in the schools there in 1968, but 2 years later served in the U.S. Army and fought in Vietnam from 1970 to 71. He came back and worked as a trainer at Lubbock High and then started the elementary PE program and worked as a trainer in the Temple schools. He then went on to work for 25 years for Scott and White in their orthopedics department, working as part of their outreach to area sports programs. He told me that assistant coach Lewis Powers went on to be the principal at Highland Park Middle School there in Dallas, and Ron got to visit him one time there at Highland Park, and that was thrilling to see his old assistant coach there in Dallas. One of head coach Bill Taylor's sons, Kenny Taylor, worked with Ron for several years in the Temple schools. Now Kenny is retired and living in Lubbock. Ron met his wife Kathy while attending LCU as she grew up in Lamesa. They were married in 1968. They have 3 children, David, Dana, and Monica. David and his family lives in Rogers, Arkansas. He's a photographer. Dana and her family live in Belton. She is a labor and delivery nurse and on the faculty at Mary Hardin Baylor. And Monica and her family live in Castle Rock, Colorado, where she is raising their children. Monica has a master's degree from Florida State. Ron and Kathy have 7 grandkids. And thanks so much to Ron Scott, as he has given the 1962 Muleshoe Mules District Championship game ball to the Muleshoe schools, and that will be presented to the schools at halftime during the Muleshoe versus Dalhart game Friday, October the 29th, so make sure to be watching to our live stream for that. Well, a big congratulations goes out to the Lady Mules cross-country team as they won district last week and then went on to run Monday earlier in the week at the regional track meet at May Simmons Park in Lubbock. Team members include Michaela Hasselhoff, Zabri Hasselhoff, Angelina Armio, Yvette Benavides, Alexa Estrada, Idali Tarango, and Vita Mora. The Lady Mules placed 8th as a team at the regionals. One Muleshoe Mule cross-country member qualified for the regional cross-country track meet, and he was Sergio Magalinas. He placed 47th on Monday at that regional meet. So congratulations to all these Lady Mules and a mule for making it to the regional track meet. We'll be back with more Muletrain news in just a few moments, so please stay tuned.
I grew up in De Leon, Texas. De Leon is a town in north central Texas. In 2011, I went to Philadelphia College of Osteopathic Medicine. I graduated in 2015. I did an internship in Jersey City. I stayed there and completed a residency in family medicine, and I started here August of 2018. So I actually see patients from the full newborn screening exams to very old, so everything in between. It's important as you get on in life that you establish a relationship with a doctor, that you're able to discuss personal issues and have a trust there. And so as soon as you can establish that relationship, you and your doctor are a team and you're working towards this goal. And the better you can work with your doctor as a team, the more honest you are with your doctor, the more information you can give him, the better the results will be.
Well, look on your screen here during the Muletrain or on the front page of our website, muleshoetv.com. Either of our Facebook pages, Gil Lamb, Channel 6 Muleshoe, or our Twitter feed, Channel 6 Muleshoe, and you can see pictured earlier in the week on Tuesday, the Muleshoe Chamber of Commerce and the manager, Andrea Alfaro, they held a ribbon cutting Tuesday for the grand reopening of Wild Prairie Studios as it has moved to 109 West Avenue D right here in Muleshoe. The stylists cutting there are Kim Hunt, Brittany Pinley, and Keely Dunham, and features also fine art on the walls that you can purchase from Martha Honeycutt. So you can see all that on the front page of our website, muleshoetv.com, or on the screen here during the Muletrain. The picture from the grand reopening of Wild Prairie Studio. Again, they're located at 109 West Avenue D right here in Muleshoe. Kim Hunt, Brittany Pinley, and Keely Dunham, and fine art that you can purchase on the walls there at 109 West Avenue D by Martha Honeycutt. Thanks to Andrea Alfaro, the chamber manager, for informing us of that ribbon cutting. Well, this evening, the Board of Directors of the Muleshoe Area Hospital District will meet in regular session at 6 p.m. at the front commons area of the Muleshoe Cowboy Fellowship, 710 East American Boulevard. Items on the agenda include an open forum. They will approve minutes of the previous meetings. They will look at dates for November and December regular session info and action items. They will look at financial and statistical reports, have an administrative report, and then we'll adjourn. That's all going on at 6 p.m. at the front common area of the Muleshoe Cowboy Fellowship, 710 East American Boulevard. Today, the Board of Directors regular session meeting for the Muleshoe Area Hospital District. Well, it's time now for the weather forecast, brought to you today by K&K Pharmacy, 1411 West American Boulevard. Christine Isaacson, Crystal Alicon, the two friendly pharmacists, or any of their great staff members can help you out. You can call 806-272-7511. Please, they ask you call beforehand, as they offer rapid, reliable COVID-19 testing. If you need a COVID-19 test, please call 806-272-7511. Stay in your car and they can help you out, give you a time to drive into their parking lot, and they will come out and test you. Rapid, reliable results in only 15 minutes. COVID-19 testing, rapid tests available now at K&K Pharmacy. And today, through the end of the day at 6 p.m. at K&K Pharmacy, they ask that you come in and you vote for the best pumpkins that have been decorated for Halloween by all of the employees there at K&K Pharmacy. Come in today at 1411 West American Boulevard. Their pumpkin decorating contest, they ask that you, the public, come in and vote on the best pumpkin of their employees at K&K Pharmacy today through the end of the day. Stocking up for cold and flu season, make sure to add a nasal decongestant to your shopping list, and you can ask either the pharmacist, Christine or Crystal, if you have any questions about over-the-counter products to treat cold and flu symptoms during this season that's starting up here in the Muleshoe area during the fall. And K&K Pharmacy can help you out. 1411 West American Boulevard, right here in Muleshoe. K&K Pharmacy, 806-272-7511. They're open Monday through Fridays, 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. at K&K Pharmacy. Well, looking at our weather forecast, it has been really getting to some cold weather here in Muleshoe. As Monday, our high was 88 with a low of 38. Tuesday, our high was 86, but the low was only 57. But boy, the wind started to act up as the day went on Tuesday, as a cold front started to move through. We had a maximum wind gust during the day on Friday at 44 miles per hour. Then Wednesday, yesterday, the high was only 66, the low was 35. And the maximum wind gust during the day on Wednesday was a 40-mile-per-hour wind gust, about 5:30. So far this morning, we did hit the freezing mark again at 32, but we've warmed up to 57 degrees so far here in Muleshoe at Gillem Advertising Channel 6 in our studios. So far for the month of October at the Muleshoe Mesonet Station, we have 1 inch and 17/100ths of rain, which gets our 2021 total rain to 17 inches and 5/100ths, which gets us real close to our 19-year average at that Mesonet station. That Mesonet station has been in operation since 2002, and its yearly average is 17 inches and 7/10ths. So we're at 17 inches and 5/100ths so far through October the 28th here in Muleshoe. Looking at our weather forecast going forward, sunny, high near 66 this afternoon. Breezy conditions again, but not quite as windy. Winds 20 to 25 miles per hour, gusts as high as 35 miles per hour possible for Muleshoe. Then clear tonight, low around 34. North winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Sunny, high near 71 for Football Friday. Here in Muleshoe, northwest winds 5 to 15 miles per hour, so much calmer day tomorrow on Friday. Friday night, clear, low around 38, west-southwest winds, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Then Saturday, beginning our weekend, sunny, high near 80, so quite warmer. West-southwest winds, 5 to 15 miles per hour. Clear Saturday night, low around 39. For Halloween on Sunday, sunny, high near 66 degrees. North-northeast winds, 10 to 15 miles per hour. Then Sunday night, partly cloudy, low around 35. East winds around 10 miles per hour, so pretty good weather conditions for trick-or-treating here in the Muleshoe area. Monday, mostly sunny, high near 69. East winds 5 to 15 miles per hour, becoming southwest in the afternoon hours. Monday night, partly cloudy, low around 36. Tuesday, partly sunny, high near 62. Tuesday night, partly cloudy, low around 37. Then Wednesday, a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms, partly sunny, high near 63. K&K Pharmacy has presented to you this edition of the weather forecast. There will be a huge garage sale at the home of Carolyn Johnson, 218 West 18th Street here in Muleshoe, Friday, October the 29th, and Saturday, October the 30th. She'll have for sale furniture, chairs, bar table with stools, 2 freezers, piano, organ, hospital bed, glassware, cookware, stained glass, art, outdoor furniture, plants and pots, lots of Christmas decorations, and much, much more. Everything in the house must go. It begins again Friday, October the 29th, and Saturday, October the 30th, begins at 8 a.m. each morning at Carolyn Johnson's home, 218 West 18th Street, right here in Muleshoe. Everything must go. A huge garage sale Friday, October the 29th, and Saturday, October the 30th, beginning at 8 a.m. 218 West 18th Street here in Muleshoe. There is a big estate sale going on next week, and garage and yard sale at 1808 West Birch Street in the Harvey Addition behind the Chinese restaurant here in Muleshoe, Friday and Saturday, November 5th and 6th, beginning at 10 a.m. until 7 p.m. each day. They'll have yard tools, patio table, and chairs, grills, lawnmower, porch swing, and other miscellaneous items, including antiques, small freezer, linens, blankets, dishes and silverware, Christmas items, canning jars, and a canner, and much, much more. That's going on next week, Friday and Saturday, November 5th and 6th, 10 a.m. till 7 p.m. A huge estate sale, garage and yard sale, 1808 West Birch Street in the Harvey Addition behind the Chinese restaurant. Next week, on Saturday, November the 6th, the 9th annual Muleshoe Merry Market will be at the Bailey County Coliseum. So don't miss all the fun going on out there. It is always a good time. Be in operation from 10 a.m. till 4:30 p.m. with tons of vendors. It's free admission. There'll be food trucks on site. The Sudan Singers and Curtis Shelburne will perform. They'll have holiday and home decor, clothing, art, and pottery, and homemade soaps, and much, much more. The 9th annual Muleshoe Merry Market will be Saturday, November the 6th from 10 a.m. till 4:30 p.m. at the Bailey County Coliseum. Don't miss all the fun for that annual Merry Market. Make sure to go watch on our website, muleshoetv.com. It's on the front page now, but you can also see it under the First Baptist tab, the great Centennial Celebration Service from this past Sunday morning. It's a 2-hour-long program, and it's a wonderful program, and you'll make sure to want to go and watch it in its entirety if you have not already. They had piano duets by Nolan Lewis and Robert Black, the First Baptist Worship Choir and Children's Choir, and VBS songs were sang. Ryan Johnson was here in Muleshoe, and he sang several specials during the program. And the former pastor from 1984 to 1990, Barry Bradley, gave the sermon, and it was a wonderful one as well. Many, many other things happened Sunday morning as well. And Dr. Stacey Connor and all of the staff there, Abby Maines, and everyone, don't want to leave anyone out, should be thanked for all their extreme hard work, all the board members that helped put together that centennial celebration. It was actually the 101st celebration of First Baptist Church right here in Muleshoe. Again, see that 2-hour-long broadcast, muleshoetv.com. Well, we will be covering the 5th grade fall music program from the Inside Out, which will be performed at 1:45 p.m. on Friday, November the 12th at the MHS Carrie Moore Auditorium. Thanks so much to Susan White for inviting us. But if you have a 5th grader, you can go out and watch it live Friday, November the 12th at 1:45 p.m. MHS Auditorium from the Inside Out Fall Music Program for the 5th graders at DeShazo Elementary. Or we'll be broadcasting a delayed broadcast of that program on our website, muleshoetv.com. All high school students in the Muleshoe area, you can apply today for an opportunity to go to Washington, D.C. in June 2022, so next summer. This all-expense-paid trip is sponsored by Bailey County Electric Cooperative here in Muleshoe, and the deadline to apply is Wednesday, November the 3rd at 5 p.m. Interviews will be held on Sunday, November the 7th at 2 in the afternoon. See your high school counselor or visit the Bailey County Electric website at bcecoop.com. Click on the Youth Tour under the Community tab, or call Susie or Amy at 806-272-4504. If you have any questions, don't miss this opportunity to go on to the trip of a lifetime to Washington, D.C., all expenses paid through Bailey County Electric. Again, the deadline to apply is Wednesday, November the 3rd at 5 p.m. for all high school students in the Muleshoe area. If you have more information that you need, call Susie or Amy at Bailey County Electric at 806-272-4504. Well, our COVID-19 numbers for Bailey County, according to the Texas Department of Health, as of Wednesday, October the 27th, we have 5 active cases right here in Bailey County of COVID-19, and our fatalities number from COVID-19 for the county is at 23 deaths. The week prior, on October the 20th, Wednesday, we had 9 active cases, so we've gone down from 9 until 5 active cases in the last week. According to the Texas Department of Health as well, our COVID vaccines for Bailey County, those that are 12 and older that have been fully vaccinated are 44% for Bailey County, and 65 and older, it stands at 68% of the county. So go out if you haven't been vaccinated yet and get your COVID-19 vaccine. You can do it at either of the clinics through the Muleshoe Area Medical Center, or you can go by K&K Pharmacy. I'm sure United Supermarkets Pharmacy has COVID vaccines, as well as several other locations. St. Anne's Catholic Church in Bovina will be having their annual turkey dinner on Sunday, November the 7th. The serving time begins at 11:30 that morning and will go until 2 p.m., and that's Texas time, at the St. Anne's Parish Hall in Bovina on 3rd Street. They'll be serving turkey and dressing, creamed potatoes and gravy, green beans, homemade bread, cranberry sauce, a relish plate, desserts, tea and coffee. It's $12 for adults, $6 for children under 6. Takeout plates will also be available at no additional charge. There will be a raffle of a quilt made by St. Anne's Society, so you can sign up for that as well. And again, it's their annual turkey dinner for the St. Anne's Catholic Church in Bovina, Sunday, November the 7th, 11:30 a.m. until 2 p.m. at the St. Anne's Parish Hall on 3rd Street in Bovina. Everyone is welcome. On your prayer list today, continue to remember Ruby Green, Judy Wilbanks, Ed Cox, Vince Fitzgerald, Jeff Skipworth, Deborah Walls. Continue to remember Mom, Megan Reynolds on your prayer list today, Marilyn Cox in Temple, Ronnie Angeli, Kelvin Johnson, Bill Vandiver, Orvis Burris, Renee Copley, Teresa McNabb, Connie Alanis. Please keep those families that are recently grieving the loss of a loved one, including Maria Cruz Rodriguez, the family of J.C. Gatewood, the family of Robert Fuentes, the family of Candle Obenhouse Long, the family of Sherry Embry. Please keep the family of Jackie Thomas Mosier on your prayer list today, along with the family of Roger Pena and the family of Tommy Largent. Well, it's just about time for us to go on this edition of the Muletrain News, brought to you today by Leal's Mexican Restaurant. You can hear our latest Muletrain News program, along with all of our archived older ones, available free of charge on demand on our website, muleshoetv.com. Click on the Muletrain News link at the top center of the page.
I'm Tumbleweed Smith. Fuglers in Marshall is a Texas landmark. Details in a moment on The Sound of Texas.
The Sound of Texas is brought to you here on MuleshoeTV.com by Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association, with offices in Muleshoe at 610 East American Boulevard, as well as in Morton at 1744 State Highway 114. They're celebrating rural electrification right here in the Muleshoe area through Bailey County Electric since 1939. They are owned by the members that they serve. Call 806-272-4504. Check them out online at BCECOOP.com. The board of directors, the members, the employees, the manager, CEO David Markle, all hope you enjoy this Sound of Texas with Tumbleweed Smith.
Fuglers in Marshall is many things to many people.
It's a grocery store, meat market, washateria, cafe. My friends down the road here call it the Fugler Ball. We got a little old shop next door where we process wild game, deer and wild hogs and everything like that.
Bubba Fugler says 5 generations of his family have had the business.
My granddad opened it back in 1940 for the people that were working the farms and everything, and they'd eat out of the store there, and at the end of the year when the crops come in, they paid the store back.
Today it's mostly cafe. The most popular menu item is a Bubba burger.
A couple of girls down the road here, they were in here wanting to get a hamburger, and they looked around and they said, well, where's Bubba? And I was out on the tractor out there plowing. They said, oh, we want Bubba to fix our burger. My brother comes out there and gets me off the tractor to come in here to fix the burger. So that's where the Bubba burger come in.
Are you still cooking the burgers?
Well, my son is cooking the burgers now.
How much meat is in a Bubba burger?
3/4 of a pound.
How in the world did it get so popular?
George Foreman, George is from Marshall, and he was on Jay Leno one night talking about a hamburger and asked him where's the best hamburger he ever had. He said the Bubba burger out at Fugler's.
Other menu items include fried green tomatoes, fried squash, and alligator balls.
Every alligator's got a pair. It's just ground up alligator. They've got little seasoned pepper cheese in them. They're the size of a golf ball.
Any other unusual menu items?
I got lizard lips. That's zucchini that's been split up and battered and deep fried.
Mailman Special is another popular item at Fugler's,
which is a chicken fried steak, because my mailman of 15 years, that's all he ever got. When he dropped her mail off, he'd order a chicken fried steak sandwich. He'd pick it up on his way back.
He's had customers from Europe and all over the U.S.
I have a group from Montana and Wyoming, and they come down here to Lake of the Pines every year. They'll end up eating here 4 or 5 times a week.
Fuglers in Marshall seats 45. It's open from 7 to 2. I'm Tumbleweed Smith with the Sound of Texas.